one of the really bad outcomes of that is that the private medical sector in the UK is still pretty small relative to other countries around the world because of the NHS, and still very expensive. So if you are getting people pushed towards that, it's going to further add a layer of unsustainable financial pain at a time where people can barely afford to meet the very basic requirements of heating and food and so on and so forth. One of the key things, and I agree with much of what Alistair was saying there, one of the key things that was missing from the speech today, which is not hard to understand why, is that there was no recognition of how the Tories have treated the NHS over the last 12 years. And again, it is this issue of underinvestment. So we've got over 130,000 vacancies in the NHS. That's about 10% of the workforce. It's like something like 40 to 50,000 nurses.
But why do you think that is?
Because let's say nurses, because they cut the nursing bursary so that people who before you got, and it's now I think been reinstated, I've forgot about the latest, but in the past you would go and you would get paid to train and then become a nurse, right? And George Osborne took that away, and it's one of the reasons why when we went into the pandemic, a pandemic of a disease that required nursing care for people in the ITU beds, there was this vacancy list of about 40,000. So you, like any business, like any organisation, like a house, like anything, if you invest in it, it will do reasonably well. And I get why people are questioning the NHS as a system. I totally get that. And I also think that the ways that the Tories reformed that system over the last 12 years were actually really damaging. But we aren't in a fair case where we've had 12 years of proper investment in the NHS and it's still not working. Let me just give you one last stat.
Go on.
There are, at the moment, you talk about this extra, the Tories talk about this extra cash for the NHS. There's no extra cash for capital investments. There are the basic maintenance and replacements in hospitals that aren't happening, pipes and basic things in hospitals. The bill is now running to $9 billion. That's basic repair costs that the Tories have not stumped up for. So it's an example of underinvestment.